Hello? Okay, so I know for high school, Chloe said that they're not doing PE when they're on Zoom because it's too hard for them to Zoom and do in-person PE at the same time. But I didn't hear anything about that from De Portola, so don't worry about it, okay? I will send him a message, or you can send him a message and let him know you're trying it in. Maybe that's the case for you guys as well. Who's normal? Who else? Okay, and it should have started like 15 minutes ago? Yeah. Who else is normally in your class? Okay, why don't you text one of them and ask them if they're able to get into the class? Okay, but don't worry about it if you can't get in. I'm not worried about it. Okay, thanks, love. Love you, bye.
Good morning, Dalton. Good morning.
Morning, I'm Janine. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Janine. I'm Kristin. I'm subbing for Stephanie today.
Great.
Good morning, Karen.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. Doing well, thanks.
Yeah, I'm subbing for Stephanie. I'm Kristin.
Yep, I know. Thank you, though, for introducing yourself.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Hi, Elise.
Morning, Kristin. Like that photo they posted of you on the website.
Oh, yeah. I remember quite a while ago, Amy said she wanted to use it, and I had never seen it anywhere. And then I saw it last night. I'm like, oh.
Hope we're not doing that today.
Not today, no. Maybe another time.
Yeah. You hear my phone go. Probably I messaged Angelo about this guy.
We'll get started in just a minute. Hi, Mary.
Kristin?
Yes, hi.
Hi, I have a kitchen remodel project going on, so if I escape, that's where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Okay. How nice you can do both, right?
Right.
Good morning, Scott. Okay, we'll get started in just a moment. If you can find a comfortable seated position, swastikasana if that's available for you. See that you're sitting up straight and tall. Just make sure everyone is on mute. I'm Kristin and I'm subbing for Stephanie this morning. Good, looks like we're all muted. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to unmute yourself or put something in the chat. I'll do my best to keep an eye on the chat. Let's go ahead and begin. Excuse me, one more coming in. Okay, see that you're sitting up straight and tall. Really connect with your base. Feel the sit bones connected to whatever lift you're sitting on. Feel the sides of the feet connecting well to the floor. Roll the shoulders down the back body. Take a moment to feel that the lift beneath your buttocks is high enough that you feel an ease in the pose, an ease in the side body, lifting upward, and a softness in the inner groin, allowing the knees to open comfortably. With your inhalation breath, help clear the mind as you exhale, soften through the physical body. Soften the face, the jaw, the tongue, the throat. As we roll the shoulders down the back body, bring the shoulder blades into the back body, broaden across the collarbones, and feel how that creates a nice lift in the chest. Once you feel well connected, you feel you're sitting up straight and tall. Bring the palms together in front of the sternum. Allow the eyes to gently close from top to bottom as you let go of your day. Using the breath to clear the mind, open the mind for yoga, soften the body while maintaining the lift, the length, the openness in the chest. I'll begin the class with 3 ohms. If you would like to join me on the next inhalation breath. Keeping the chest well lifted, bow your head towards your heart. Release the hands to the thighs, palms turned up. Keeping the eyes descending, raise the head with closed eyes. And then as you feel ready, softly open the eyes, gazing at the floor out in front of your shins. Good. Let's start in Adho Mukha Virasana, child's pose. We'll be working on forward bends and twists today. So we all know child's pose very well. See that the big toes are connected, the knees are apart. Take a moment to see the knees, look at the knees before extending forward. See that they're coming out at an even angle from the torso and that there's plenty of space for the side body to fit and extend. Feel the weight in the shins, the ankles, the tops of the feet, and maintain that weight in the base as you slowly bring yourself forward, extending the arms forward, releasing the forehead to the floor. If you need support to keep a connection with your buttock bones and heels, be sure to add a blanket or bolster. If you need support under the forehead, be sure to add a blanket under the forehead. See that you're nicely connected, buttock bones to the heels, the forehead into the floor, the arms extending forward. Soften the abdomen to release the side body through the two legs. Quite often we feel the weight in this pose on the pinky side of the finger. See what you can do to bring weight to the thumb side, even out that weight across the hands. But at the same time, rotate the biceps up towards the ceiling. Creating space in the shoulders, a softness in the trapezius, allowing the head and neck to extend forward. This action should also bring a levelness across the wrists. Keep pressing the hips back, extending the spine forward. See that the skin of the forehead is releasing towards the eyebrows. Follow your breath, use your breath. Let's start to come forward, maintaining that work in the arms. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Find even weight in the arms and the legs as you slowly descend the heels back and down. Thighs draw back, opening up the backs of the knees, bringing more work into the legs to relieve some of the work in the shoulders. Working the legs harder to find that evenness between the legs and the arms. Allow the head and neck to relax, descend towards the floor. See that the biceps are rotating up towards the ceiling. Nice openness across the back, supporting the chest. Breathe in your pose. Simply bend the knees, look to the hands, either jump or step forward, Uttanasana, concave back. Have the fingertips either on the floor or on blocks, whatever support you need in order to create this nice concave extension in the back. Rotate those biceps forward. Fingertips on the floor or on blocks. Find a nice extension from the pubic bone to the navel to the sternum, gazing across the room. Lift the kneecaps, slight lift in the kneecaps to help engage the quadricep muscle, which can often help bring extension in the spine. Breathe, Uttanasana, concave back. Beautiful. Carefully place the hands on your mat. Bend the knees, jump or step back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Bring your attention right away to the legs. Lift the kneecaps, open the backs of the knees. Bend the knees, jump or step forward, Uttanasana, concave back. Fingertips on the floor or blocks. Finding even weight across the feet, inner and outer feet, from toes to heels. Place the hands, jump or step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Release the head, release the neck. Hips drawing up towards the ceiling. One more time, bend the knees, jump or step forward, Uttanasana. This time go ahead and release the head, release the neck. You can bend the elbows out to the side. Lift the kneecaps to help create space for the spine to extend downward. Release the head, shoulders drawing up the back body as the elbows spread away from one another. Breathe in your pose. Bring the hands back by the hips. Pulling with the chest forward, come up and out of your pose. Tadasana. Feet right together, roll the shoulders down the back body, lift the chest. Standing up straight and tall. I'm going to come into standing Padangusthasana. So if you can't easily grab your big toe, have a belt available. So this is the pose where we bring the middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb around the big toe. So we'll go ahead and separate the feet, hip width, a little bit wider if you're tighter. Have a belt available if you don't easily grab the toes. Let's bring the arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Strengthen the legs, turn the palms forward, hinging forward at the hips, coming into Uttanasana. Go ahead and grab the big toe or place that belt under the ball of each foot and hold the belt as close to your feet as you can. Pressing the big toe into the fingers, turn the biceps forward. Find strength in the legs, extend the spine forward. Concave back to begin here. Lengthen and extend the spine forward, gaze across the room. Either holding the big toe or holding the belt close to the feet. Beautiful. And we'll go ahead and bend the elbows out to the side, release the head, release the neck. With the bend in the elbows, see the openness that brings across the upper back. Allow the shoulders to feel broad here. Release your head, release your neck. Breathe in your pose. Keep the legs firm and strong as you come back to the concave position, straightening the arms, gazing forward. Release the toes or the belt, bring the hands back by the hips, strengthen the legs, leading with the chest, come up and out of your pose, Tadasana. Roll the shoulders down the back body. Lift the chest, calm the breath. Good, I'm hoping everyone has 2 blocks. We're going to be coming into Parsvottanasana, hands on the blocks. If your hands easily come to the floor, then don't worry about having blocks. My hands typically easily come to the floor. I'm going to use blocks this morning though. So I'll have the blocks towards the front edge of my mat. Enough space in between for my feet, for my foot, rather. Bring the hands to the hips. We'll step the right foot forward. Take a nice big step back with the left. Left toes point out slightly. Toes on the right foot are pointing straight ahead. Before we even come into the pose, feel weight on the inner edge of that front foot. Feel that right hip, right where it is, right in line with the left. Don't allow it to drop. Don't allow it to come forward with you. As you start hinging forward at the hips, draw the elbows back towards one another. Take your time coming into the pose. Lengthen and extend the spine, and then eventually bring the hands down to the blocks or the floor. Rotate those biceps forward, lengthen and extend the frontal spine, from the pubic bone to the navel, navel to the sternum. Be sure that right hip is drawing up and back while maintaining good weight in the big toe mound of the front foot. Breathe in your pose, Parsvottanasana. See that the shoulders are descending down the back body. Hips are drawing back evenly as the spine is extending forward. Let's bring the hands to the hips, draw the elbows towards one another as you come up and out of the pose. Carefully step that left foot forward between the blocks. Feel Tadasana for just a moment here and take a nice big step back with the right foot. Right toes point out slightly. Left toes pointing straight ahead. Hands to the waist, draw the elbows towards one another. Feel the levelness across the sacrum. Feel the hips nice and even. Before going into the pose, bring weight to the inside of that left foot. Keep that left hip just where it is. Draw the elbows towards one another as you start hinging forward at the hips. Moving slowly into the pose, seeing that you're not distorting your hips along the way. And then release the hands to the blocks to the floor. Rotate those biceps forward. Feel the weight on the inside of the left foot. Left hip drawing up and back, maintaining a levelness across the sacrum. Spine extending forward, hips drawing back evenly. Gaze across the room. Breathe, Parsvottanasana. Carefully bring the hands up to the waist, draw the elbows towards one another, leading with the chest, come up and out of the pose. Bend that front leg, step the back foot forward and be in Tadasana for just a moment. Roll the shoulders down the back body, lift the chest. Good, we'll be coming into that pose once again, so keeping the right foot forward, hands on the waist, draw the elbows back towards one another. Nice big step back with the left foot. See that the left toes turn out slightly. Drawing the elbows towards one another. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. Hinging forward at the hips, start slowly coming into the pose, keeping a nice levelness across the sacrum. Eventually releasing your hands to the blocks. Bear weight on the big toe mound of the front foot, weight in the outer back heel of the back foot. Right hip draws up and back slightly. If you feel well balanced here, go ahead and lift the toes coming up onto the heel of the foot. See how that really engages the quadricep muscle here? Does it give you an ability to get some more extension through the spine? Carefully lower the foot back down. Feel the weight in the big toe mound of that foot. If it's available to you, bring the hands back slightly, start hinging forward, releasing first the abdomen, the chest, the forehead towards the shin. Elbows are bent, arms are drawing back. If it's more appropriate to stay in the upright position, you stay in the upright position. Good, the poses look beautiful. And then come out the same way you came in. Forehead lifts, chest lifts, abdomen lifts. Let's bring the hands to the waist, draw the elbows towards one another. Step the left foot forward and be in Tadasana for a moment. Roll the shoulders down the back body, calm the breath. Good. Hands to the waist. Keeping that left foot right where it is. Take a nice big step back with the right. Right toes pointing out just slightly. Before we move into the pose, let's draw that left hip up and back, finding a nice levelness with the hips. Keeping weight in the inner edge of the left foot. Let's draw the elbows towards one another. Leading with the chest, start hinging forward at the hips. Slowly coming into the pose, releasing the hands down to the blocks or the floor. Keep drawing that left outer hip up and back while maintaining weight in the big toe mound of the left foot. Rotate the biceps forward, hips draw back, spine extends forward. If you feel well balanced, go ahead and lift the foot up so that you're on the heel of that left foot. Really engaging that quadricep, opening up the hamstring. Slowly release the foot back and down, finding the weight again on the inner edge of that foot. See that the left hip hasn't dropped. And then if it's available, start to release the abdomen, the chest, the forehead down towards your shin. Draw the elbows back, and slide the hands back. Breathe in your pose. And then slowly start coming out the same way you came in. Raise the forehead, the chest, the abdomen. Hands to the waist. Draw the elbows towards one another. Lift the chest. Lift the gaze. Carefully step the back foot forward. Tadasana. Roll the shoulders down the back body. Standing up straight and tall. Arms out in front, up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Separate the feet. Turn the palms forward, hinging forward at the hips, coming into Uttanasana. Release the neck, release the head. And hold your elbows if that's available to you. Utilizing the weight of the elbows, the weight of the head to help release through the spine. And slight lift to the kneecaps, engaging the quadriceps, and see if that helps you come deeper into your pose. You're holding your elbows, go ahead and switch the way you're holding the elbows. Feel that you're releasing from the pubic bone to the navel to the sternum. Release the arms, bring the hands back by the hips, leading with the chest, come up and out of your pose, Tadasana. Roll the shoulders down the back body. Good. We'll be laying on our backs for Supta Padangusthasana, have a belt available. When you're ready, go ahead and lay back, have that belt close by. Feel Tadasana with the two legs. Bring the legs right together. Press through the big toe mound of each foot. So Rosalind, we're laying on our backs now on the mat. Feeling Tadasana with the legs, pressing through the big toe mound of each foot. Good. You can leave the belt just by your right hip for a moment. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. Holding onto the shin, drawing that knee in. See that that right outer hip is not creeping up towards your right side ribs. Keep drawing that right outer hip towards the wall behind you as you draw the knee in towards the chest. Feel that your pinky toe is right in line with the outside of your right knee. Don't let that foot cross the midline here. Might mean you need to ease up on how close you're pulling the knee in towards the chest. That's just fine. Better to be in proper alignment. Let's go ahead and place the belt just underneath the ball of the right foot, and then extend that leg straight. Holding one strap with each hand, pressing that big toe mound up towards the ceiling on the right foot. Continue to press the big toe mound away on the left foot. And a slight inward rotation at the top of the left thigh. Arms are straight and arms are working, but the shoulders are softly descending towards the floor. Descending away from the ears. Check in with that outer right hip again. See that it is still drawing away from the right side ribs. Opening up the back of the knee. Opening up the hamstring. Breathe. Done a lot of hamstring opening up already so far this morning. So go ahead and see if you can bend your elbows out to the side. Draw that leg in closer. Only going to where it's appropriate for you today. Maintaining a nice openness in the back of the knee. Continue to draw that right outer hip away. Don't lose sight of the left leg. Continue to press through the big toe mound of that left foot. Good, and then release. Bend the knee in, extend that leg out and down. Take a moment here to just feel a nice levelness across the pelvis. Allow the two legs to settle for a moment. And then go ahead and draw that left knee in, holding onto the shin or behind the knee if it bothers the knee. Left knee drawing in towards the chest, left outer hip resisting, creeping up towards those left side ribs. See that that foot is not crossing the midline. The outer edge of the pinky toe is right in line with the outer edge of the knee. Pressing through the big toe mound of the right foot as if it were pressing into a wall. Inward rotation at the top of the right thigh. Relax your throat. Soften the jaw, soften the tongue. Go ahead and take the belt and place the belt just below the ball of the left foot, and then extend that leg straight. Don't lose sight of the right leg. Keep pressing through the big toe mound of the right foot as you press the big toe mound of the left foot up towards the ceiling. Opening up the back of the knee, opening up the hamstring, holding one strap with each hand. Arms are active, arms are straight, shoulders are descending towards the floor and away from the ears. Bring your awareness back to that outer hip of the left leg. See that it is still drawing away from those left side ribs. If you feel you have the room, you can bend the elbows out to the side. Start drawing that leg closer towards your face. Don't lose sight of the right leg. Keep pressing that right leg as if the whole back of the right leg is pressing into the floor. Both big toe mounds pressing away. Keep opening the back of the left knee. Breathe. Good, and then carefully release. Extend that leg out and down. Supta Tadasana. Take a moment again to feel a nice levelness across the pelvis. Carefully bend your knees, roll to your right side, and then carefully sit on up. We'll be going into a couple of seated forward bends. So have what you need. Have a belt close by. Quite often nice to sit on a bit of a lift, depending on your hamstring flexibility. So I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit. So once you get set up, go ahead and sit in Dandasana, legs straight out in front. either sitting on the lift or on the floor, depending on your flexibility here. Let's separate the feet so they're hip width apart for this first one. Paschimottanasana, feet apart. Have the hands right by the hips, using the arms like pillars to help lift the side body, lift the chest. Press evenly through the big toe mound of each foot. Having that belt kind of close to the feet, just in case you need it. Let's extend the arms up overhead. Inhale, exhale, start hinging forward at the hips, coming into the pose nice and slow, keeping length through the spine. If it's available, you'll grab the sides of your feet. Otherwise, belt the feet and hold on to the belt. Either way is appropriate, whatever helps you maintain the pose. Whatever helps you get nice openness in the backs of the legs. Are you able to still continue to work the legs, pressing them down towards the floor? If they feel like they're not finding a good connection with the floor, then maybe you can use the belt. Ease back in the pose a bit. Breathe here as you lift your chest. Rotate the arms so the biceps are towards the ceiling, triceps towards the floor. See if you can find a softness across the trapezius. Keep lifting through the chest, pressing the legs down. Feel that you're on the center point of each heel. Breathe. Good. If you can come forward, we'll come forward. If it's more appropriate to stay upright in the pose, you stay right where you are. But if it's available to you, bend those elbows out to the side and start releasing the head down. Paschimottanasana, feet apart. Find a softness in the back and openness across the shoulders and openness across the top of the back body. Keep lifting the elbows. Arms are very active here. Breathe. Good, let's straighten the arms, coming back to that first position. Find a nice outward rotation at the top of the arms. Release the belt or the feet, extend the arms up overhead. Turn the thumbs forward as you make a wide arc, bringing the arms all the way out and down, maintaining nice length and lift in the side ribs. Next we'll be coming into Triangle Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Basically one leg in Dandasana, one leg in Virasana. Really nice to sit for me, especially. I don't know about the rest of you, but I definitely need a lift under my hips for this one. I like to take for me, I like to take a blanket, this hold it one more time, and then I'll sit on this front edge of the blanket here. Let's extend that left leg straight out in front, and we'll bring the right leg into Virasana. So once you're here, have that belt close by again, sorry. Once you're here, you can kind of move the flesh of the calf, roll it outward so you can get a tighter connection with the leg. See that left leg is extending straight out in front. Fingertips on the floor on either side of your hips. And here, determine if the hips are feeling level. Or is that right hip much higher than the left? If you feel that the right hip is higher than the left, bring more support under the left buttocks. Give everyone a moment to get into their position, get their props situated. Good, and then as you're ready, extend the arms up overhead. And start coming forward. Release the right hand to the outside of the left foot, if that's available to you. If you cannot easily reach the foot, go ahead and belt the foot here. And then I have my left hand off to the side, helping me with the balance in the pose. From here, I can really rotate my abdomen so that I feel more in line with that outstretched left leg. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. Feel that left leg pressing down towards the floor. You can either stay here in the pose, or if it's available, bend that right elbow, release the head forward, releasing the head towards the shin. Breathe in your pose. And keeping those left fingertips off to the side to help with the balance here. Continue to work my left leg. And then come back to the first position, straighten that right arm, lift the chest, breathe. And carefully release. Let's extend that right leg out in front, adjust the prop underneath the hips. Feel Dandasana for just a moment. And then we'll go ahead and bring the left leg into Virasana. Rotate the flesh, the left calf outward. See that the prop beneath your right hip is still high enough. Fingertips to the floor on either side of your hips. If you need more height on this side, feel free to grab more height. Right leg extending straight out in front like Dandasana. Feel like you're on the center point of that heel. Let's extend the two arms up overhead. Start hinging forward at the hips on an exhalation, reaching that left hand to the outside of the right foot. Right fingertips off to the side, helping maintain the balance in the pose. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. Very nice. Rotate the abdomen so that you're more in line with that outstretched right leg. Breathe in your pose. Either stay in this position here, or if you can, you bend that left arm. Start releasing from the pubic bone to the navel, navel to the sternum, forehead towards the shin. Keep working that back of the right leg. Breathe. And then carefully come up to the first position, straightening the arm, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze. Carefully release, come out of the pose, extend that leg out in front, Dandasana. So next we'll be coming into Marichyasana 1. So this is the one I'll show real quick, and then you can decide what will work best for you. And I think I'll show from the side here. So if you just watch for just a moment, you'll have a belt close by. We'll bring one leg into Marichyasana, and then I'm going to extend my right arm up, lengthen forward, turn the thumb down as I swoop that arm behind, bringing my left arm behind to clasp the two hands. If the clasp doesn't come easily to you, you have a belt available to hold as well. If neither of these work for your body today, then you'll be belting that front foot and working from this angle here. Okay, does that make sense? Can I get a thumbs up if that all made sense to everybody? Okay, great, thank you. So we'll start by sitting on our lift. Extend the two legs out in front. Bring the fingertips behind the right knee as we draw that knee up towards the ceiling, bringing the foot in nice and close. Keep a slight inward rotation at the top of the left thigh. Feel weight on the inner foot of the right foot. Extend the right arm straight up towards the ceiling. You're going to start coming forward here. You'll let that right knee come off to the side slightly. Turn the thumb down. Swing that arm around to the back. Left arm swings around to the back to meet the right hand. And then either clasp the hands or hold the belt. And if neither of those are working for you, go ahead and belt that front foot. And then you'll begin to turn the chest to the left, roll that left shoulder back, head draws back, twisting in your pose, beautiful. You can either stay here, or if it's available to you, look back towards that outstretched front leg, and then slowly release forward, bringing the head towards the shin. Keep drawing the right knee in, keeping a nice compactness in the hips. Breathe in your pose. And carefully release, very slowly undo. Sitting up straight and tall, extend that leg out and front. Uttanasana 1. How did that work for everybody? Everyone doing okay? We're good? Great, thank you. We'll go to the second side. So left knee draws up towards the ceiling. Bring that left foot in nice and close. Find that inward rotation at the top of the right thigh. Find weight on the inside of your left foot. So extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. Start coming forward. Turn the left thumb down. Swing that arm around to get to your lower back. Right arm out in front, swing it around, make the clasp, or hold the belt, or belt that front foot. Once you're there, start rolling that right shoulder back, twisting in your pose. And then if it's available to you, look towards the outstretched leg and slowly start coming forward. Releasing the navel, the sternum, the forehead towards the shin. Drawing that left knee in, keeping a nice compactness to the pose. And slowly start coming out. Lift the head, release the arms, extend that leg out in front and be in Dandasana. Feet right together. Hands by the hips. Using the two arms like pillars to find length in the side body. Legs pressing down. Pressing through the big toe mound of each foot. Let's bring the arms out in front, up overhead. We'll come into Paschimottanasana, feet together. Start coming forward and holding onto the sides of the feet or belting the feet, whichever is most appropriate. Find a nice outward rotation at the top of the shoulders. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, keep the legs pressing downward. Press through the big toe mound of each foot. Lengthen and extend the spine. You can either stay here or if it's available, bend those elbows out to the side, releasing from the pubic bone to the navel, navel to the sternum, and then releasing the forehead down. Keep lifting those elbows. Breathe, Paschimottanasana. Find a softness in the back, a softness in the shoulders as the arms and legs continue to work. And carefully come back to the first position. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. Let's release the feet or the belt, extend the two arms up overhead, turning the thumbs forward, make a wide arc, stopping halfway down, really lifting through the side ribs and then releasing the arms all the way out and down. Let's go ahead and bring the legs wide, Upavista Konasana. Determine here if you need a bit of a lift under the hips. Or are you able to find nice length and extension through the side body? Hands behind you, fingertips pointing forward. Take a look at the 2 feet. See that those toes are pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Feel that you're on the center point of each heel, center point at the back of each calf. If you feel kind of stuck in your pose, feel that you're not able to get good lift in the side body, then add a little more height underneath your hips. Maybe sitting a bit higher will help. Continue to press the legs downward as we extend the arms up overhead. Turn the thumbs forward, start reaching out towards those toes. If you're able to grab your toes, grab your toes. I just hold my shins here. Those toes are too far away for me. Keep the chest lifted. Breathe in your pose. You can either stay here or start walking the hands forward, slowly releasing. Being very aware, as I'm sure you are, of that inner groin, the inner thigh, only working to your ability. Breathe. Carefully start walking the hands back. Sitting upright. Let's go ahead and bring the fingertips behind the knees, bring the feet into Baddha Konasana to help. Just a quick, easy Baddha Konasana here to help release the outer edges of the legs. You can hold the toes, clasp your fingers around your toes, sitting up straight and tall. Good. Release the feet, draw the knees towards one another, and extend those legs out and down. Let's see. We'll be coming into Bharadvajasana next. So again, I like to use a folded blanket or even a bolster, if you have a bolster available. We'll be sitting on the front edge of that lift. Extend the legs out in front to begin with. Find your props. Good, and then we'll be bringing the legs to the left. So right foot underneath, that left foot ankle rests on the arch of the right foot. And again, we'll bring the fingertips to the side. See if you feel a good levelness across the hips. And if you don't, then you need a little more lift under that right hip. So make your adjustments as needed. Legs to the left, sitting up straight and tall. And then we'll cross the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Back of the hand against the leg. Right hand behind. You can hold the blanket or fingertips to the floor or a block. Before really going into the twist, feel that the chest is nice and open here. Right shoulder drawing back. Inhale as you find length through the spine. Exhale, turn. Continue to use your inhalation and exhalation breath to lengthen the spine and turn in your pose. Drawing that right shoulder back. Opening the left ribs, the left back ribs. And if it's available and it's okay for the neck, you can turn and gaze over the right shoulder. Bharadvajasana. All that length through the spine, come back to center. So extend the 2 legs out in front, feeling Bandhasana for a moment. We'll go to the second side. Legs swing to the right. Right ankle crossing over the left arch. Fingertips to the side. Good, feel that the hips are nice and level. Adjust the height underneath your left hip if needed. And then once you're situated, we'll cross the right hand over the left leg, back of the hand to the leg. Bring that left hand behind, holding the blanket or a block or fingertips to the floor. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine, exhale and turn. Draw that left shoulder back. Feel the right back ribs spread from the center of the spine outward. Continue to use your inhalation breath, your exhalation breath. Finding length and turning. If it's available to you, if it's okay for your neck, you can turn and gaze over that left shoulder. Keep drawing the shoulder back. Breathe in your pose. Keeping all that length through the spine, come back to center. Extend the legs out in front in Dandasana. Good, how's everybody doing? Doing okay? Good. We're coming into Marichyasana 3. So sitting on a lift if needed. I definitely need it for these poses myself. Let's have the legs out in front in Dandasana. We'll start with the left leg again. Draw that left knee up towards, right. I chose not to mirror you today, and then I reverted back to it anyway. Right knee up towards the ceiling, draw that right foot in nice and close. Let's interlace the fingers in front of the right shin, and take a moment here to really draw the shoulders down the back body. Feel weight on the big toe mound of the right foot. Find an inward rotation at the top of the left thigh. Press away through the big toe mound of the left foot here. Lean back slightly. Go ahead and release your right hand and use that hand to move the flesh of the abdomen to the right. Place the right hand behind. Extend that left arm up towards the ceiling. Really lengthen and reach here. And then as you come in, bring that left elbow to the outside of the right knee and really work yourself deep into your pose. Don't lose your base. Don't lose sight of the weight on the inner right foot. That rotation, inward rotation at the top of the left thigh. Start drawing the right shoulder back. Inhale as you find length through the spine. Exhale and turn. Inhale out. Continue to work with your breath. Find length and turn. Keep pressing that big toe mound of the left foot away. Keeping all that length in the spine, come back to center. And extend the right leg out and down. Dandasana. Good. Fingertips behind the left knee. Draw that knee up towards the ceiling. Bring the foot in nice and close. Let's take a moment again to clasp the fingers in front of the shin. I always like to alternate the clasp here. Roll the shoulders down the back body. Feel how drawing that knee in towards the torso really helps you create lift in the torso. Bring weight to the inner left foot. Press through the big toe mound of the extended right foot. Go ahead and lean back slightly using your left hand. Move the flesh of the abdomen to the left. Place the left hand behind. Extend the right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Really find length here. On an exhalation breath, bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, coming in nice and close. See that that knee is pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Maintaining weight on the inner edge of that left foot. Pressing through the big toe round of the right foot. As you inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, turn. Continuing to work with your own natural breath. Finding length and revolve. Drawing that left shoulder back. Right back ribs extending away from the spine. Carefully release. Extend that leg out in front in Dandasana. Come off our lift. Come to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Place the hands well. Rotate the biceps forward, curl the toes under, lift the hips up nice and high towards the ceiling. Find even work in the arms and the legs as you slowly release the heels back and down. Arms and legs very strong, supporting the length of the spine, the extension of the back body. Breathe in your pose. Head and neck soft and releasing. And carefully bend the knees, Adho Mukha Virasana. Toes together, knees apart. Extend the side body down between the two knees. Extend those arms out in front. Finding even weight across each hand. Feeling good weight of the shins, the ankles, the tops of the feet into the floor. Breathe. Bring the hands back. Interlace the hands behind your back. And carefully start lifting the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Really opening up the shoulders. Keeping those hips connected to the heels. Release the arms back and down. Let's change the interlock. Pull the knuckles away and then extend the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Release the arms. Let the arms just relax and soften by your side for a few moments. Carefully sit on up. And then get yourself set up for Supta Baddha Konasana. So with or without props, whichever way you like to come into the pose. Be flat on the floor, utilizing a bolster or a couple of blankets. Before you go back into the pose, though, we'll sit in Baddha Konasana together for a few moments. I really like to have a bolster and then a little lift for under my head. And sit right in front of that setup, bringing the feet into Baddha Konasana. You can use a rolled up blanket to help support the knees if you would like, or a big loop in your belt. There we go. Placing the belt across the sacrum, and then connecting around the sides of the feet to help hold you in your pose when you go back over. But before we go back into the full pose, let's sit in Baddha Konasana here for a moment. Holding onto the toes, interlacing the fingers around the toes and sitting up straight and tall. See how by holding the to get the big toe mounds connected very nicely. See if you can maintain that. Be sure that you're propping your knees if this bothers your knees at all. Sorry, I didn't mention that ahead of time. And then as you're ready, keeping those feet right together in Baddha Konasana, slowly lower yourself back over your props. Or if you're using the flat floor, that's fine as well. You have the props there behind you. See that the lift is only under your head, but that the shoulders are able to really descend and soften towards the floor. Let go through the arms. Allow the inner groin to soften and relax. As the mind wanders, use the inhalation breath to relax the mind, the exhalation breath to find softness in any tighter areas. Feel free to close your eyes. Relax the facial muscles. Relax the jaw, the tongue. Soften the throat. Feel that the chest is well supported, whether it's with props or by bringing the shoulder blades into the back body. This open chest, breathing into the openness we've created here. Soft, smooth inhalation breaths, exhalation breaths. Continue to release the shoulders, relax the shoulders. If at any point it starts to bother your hips or your knees, you're welcome to draw the knees together and extend the legs straight. If you're able to stay in the pose, we'll stay in for a few more moments. Every so often, check back in. See that you're still relaxing, there's no gripping. You've been here for a while, there might be some more openness you can find in the inner groin. Maybe the knees will open a little wider. Just observe, see if that works. And then as you're ready, go ahead and bring your arms by your side, palms turned down. Carefully bring yourselves up out of the pose. Take a moment to sit in this upright Baddha Konasana. If you have a belt, go ahead and release the belt. Extend one leg and then the other. Like opening up the backs of the knees. The legs extended straight out in front. Just go ahead and interlace the fingers, spin the palms away and extend the arms up overhead. Release the fingers, make a wide arc as you bring the arms out and down. Change the interlock of the fingers, spin the palms away, extend the arms up overhead. Release, make a wide arc, bring the arms out and down. And then set yourselves up for Shavasana. Whatever props you like to use, see that you're warm enough. As you're ready, lay back, see that your head is supported. The shoulders are free to release. Completely let go through the legs, the hips, the buttocks. Allow the abdomen, the low back to feel soft and broad. Take a moment to roll the shoulders underneath a bit, bringing the shoulder blades into the back body. Supporting the chest. Follow your breath. Just observe where it goes. Don't make any changes to the natural breath. Relax the throat. Soften the jaw. Soften the tongue. Release the outer corners of the eyes towards the temples. Skin of the forehead descending towards the eyebrows. The mind begins to wander. Just come back to your breathing. Soft, smooth inhalation breath. Soft, smooth exhalation breath. So start to bring your awareness back to the room. Just allow the next couple of breaths to be slightly deeper, slightly longer exhale.
As you feel ready, bring the hands to the abdomen. Take a moment to feel the weight, the warmth of the hands. Thank your body. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Carefully roll to your right side, staying on your side for a few moments. And as you feel ready, looking towards the floor, using the strength of your arms, bring yourself to a comfortable seated position. Keeping the chest well lifted, bow your head towards the center. Namaste. Thank you all for being